way. Welcome back yet again. It is now episode 10.
Woo!
Yeah.
Double digits! Ow!
I can't believe we
Ow!
made it.
Ow!
Most people give up before they get to 10.
No. Well, we'll see how it goes when we get to 100.
Oh man, that's whew. But right now, as you know, it is box of topics because you never
Woo-woo!
know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I won't lie. I'm over here was talking to my moms about this. I was like, there because I know there are certain words you can't say or certain things you can't bring up when it comes to YouTube because it gets really sensitive. And usually the main reason why some of those things can't be brought up is because it's either vulgar or for most people they don't know how to really raise their own kids. And there are some parents out there that will blame other people for their child's mishaps. Like, you let the TV and YouTube raise your child. What'd you think was going to happen?
Oh, some of them don't even get that type of good raising. And you got the parents where it's actually the kid is the parent.
Oh, yeah, like the
Yeah.
parent come in, all types of a mess. The children got to scrape them off the pavement, put them in the house. Where's mom's shoes? God dang it, there's one down. It's outside.
Bringing
Yeah,
in a new uncle every week or every other day.
you know?
Yeah, you
So,
got those kids that's out there really they have to grow up real fast so they can take care of their parent because their parent don't can't even take care of themselves.
and I would say I do feel bad for those individuals. Very much so.
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, some people I believe that no matter what circumstances you go through, I think if you're meant to do well, you're gonna do well no matter what.
Oh, of course.
Because you look at rich people who turn out to be horrible, and it's like you had everything.
Everything.
What's the problem?
And a lot of times people be like, well, maybe it's because they didn't have any hardships. No, because sometimes people do have them. And for some, it's too many. For others, it's not enough. Like, there was this one cartoon character, right, called Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I believe I'm
What
saying
the what? Well, who?
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Do? I'm not going to try. Okay.
I think I'm saying that correctly. And what had happened was he's usually like a very comical kind of villain. He doesn't do anything too bad. He's just trying to take over one small part of the city, just the tri-state area. That's it. And he's not even doing anything malicious most of the time. He just make different raids or different gadgets. That's about it. But then he meets this other version of himself who took over the entire world. Man, it's just an absolute tyrant, a dictator, if anything. He's like, saying, well, what's the difference between the both of us? Because the main dude, like, he has a horrible backstory. Like, his parents didn't show up for his birth, neither one of them. I know, crazy. They always made him dress up in girl clothes, all types of just terrible stuff. And his other counterpart was like, yeah, I went through all the same things as you. Then why are you different? Oh, it's simple. When I was a little boy, I had a choo choo train. And then I lost that choo choo train. That's it? Yep. And the other one was like, well, I still have mine. Yeah. And that's the difference.
Oh wow.
So you took over the whole world because I couldn't find my choo choo train. Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's the little
It's the little thing.
Yeah, it's the little details that will do it.
Nah, think about it. You think there's like the same thing like with me as well? Like,
The other one still got little snuggles.
yes, that's what I'm thinking. Because, okay, for I don't think anyone knows. So when I was around the age of like 5'4", mainly 5, because that's where most of my early memories come from, my mom got me this really nice, really unique bear. Pretty much the only one that you saw on the show that looked like him, huh?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
only one.
one of a kind little teddy bear. It was a nice little bright blue bear with a
He
red
was a
nose.
sapphire blue.
Yeah, sapphire blue with a bright
Red
red nose.
nose. Yep.
And at this time, I really enjoyed Rudolph. So having a red nosed blue bear, well, hey. And I remember around this time, one of the bigger rappers was like Lil Wayne or Lil Jon, one of those Lils.
Yeah, I think they was both out at the same time.
Yeah, one of them. So I was like, well, I'm gonna give him the Lil part of his name, but because I really like isn't what is the name of uh that one fabric softener that has the bear on there?
Snuggles.
So that was it. That was the inspiration. So it was the fabric softener and the wrapper. Put those together, you get Lil Snuggles. That was my bear, and I love that dude. He was like a oh, my bear. So at some point, as a child, I ended up losing him, and then my mom tried to get me a replacement one. This one was slightly bigger. He wasn't as blue, didn't have the red nose. So, of course, I was like, didn't love him as much. And I only realized this once, like one of my aunts, she ended up mistaking him for the old one. So she called him, and she usually calls him Mr. Snuggles, which I'm like, neither me or him are adults yet. Like we don't get the Mister name till that. So I had that as well. But once she called the other one the same name, that's why I looked down with the stain like you're not him.
Wow. Bear getting the back smacks? He ain't got nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
He's an innocent bear.
It wasn't mine.
Terrible.
I didn't hit him, but
You
I
didn't
ain't
get the
love him
same
either.
love?
No.
Poor bear. Now I
Yeah.
feel bad for the poor thing.
I don't feel too bad. My girlfriend got him now.
Oh.
Yeah, he's all decked out with chains and everything, so he's still loved.
Y'all turned him into a leather bear?
Is that what you call
Ooh, or what do they call it? Yeah, I think well, if he got chains and stuff on, he's just a regular bear.
it? He a bear.
Oh God.
So yeah, and I'm thinking like, oh, what if there's like another version of me who's either like super successful or super evil because he still has his bear, or even no, I do one even worse. There's like a super successful version of me, right? Man owns like half of the world because he kept his bear, and then there's one who's just evil.
I
Probably
think it's
took over
gonna.
the moon because his bear got shredded in front of him.
I think the evil one. I think you're gonna be the super successful one, and I think the one who's gonna be evil is gonna be the one who still got him, but he shredded him himself.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, oh, this old thing? Oh, hey, you still got one. You're a villain. You are evil. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. But hey, yeah, that is tough when kids lose things that mean a lot to them. I
Yeah.
think I was more upset over Mr. Snuggles disappearing than anybody. Well, Little Snuggles disappearing than anybody else, because you get to see their little heartbreaking face, and you just be like, God. So I went out and tried to find, and I couldn't even find it on the street. I had to go on eBay and find that damn bear. And if I tell you how much I spent on that damn thing, woo! I could have got you 6 bears for what I spent for that one. Trying to get a replacement for Little Snuggles.
Which, in all honesty, I feel like nowadays, like even to this day, I feel like I could always remake them if I go to Build a Bear Workshop if they allow that. But you
Is
know,
Build a Bear Workshop even still open?
I,
Is
I
that
don't
still
know.
a thing?
It, probably. I probably should have asked you to go there one of my earlier birthdays, but I don't know.
I don't even know if that's still a thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could Google it right quick and look and see. Like, is that still a thing? I don't feel like it is. There's so many things. The pandemic wiped out so much. Like, you think things still exist, and
Like
you go to check, and it's no longer there.
like Toys R Us. But that recently made a
They
resurgence, so
Yeah, I was gonna say the pandemic didn't wipe out Toys R Us. Toys R Us was wiped out way
yeah.
before the pandemic. But yeah, I wish KB Toy Store would come back.
Um
Ooh, KB Toy Store was it, because KB Toy Store would have all the toys that you couldn't find at Toys R Us. Toys R Us would have the stuff as soon as it came out, and
mhm.
then Once it was gone, it was gone. It don't seem like they would restock or nothing. KB would have all the stuff that used to be at the store. It would still be like, it wasn't like first season. It'd be like second season toys. But it would still be the cool toys. Like, and then stuff that you couldn't find. Like I remember when the Jackie Chan cartoon came out. You
Ah,
couldn't find Jackie Chan nowhere, and I got one from your brother at KB Toy Store.
that's
You couldn't
nice.
even get at Toys R Us. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. Man, and then I got some really cool toys. And the prices were phenomenal. I mean, we are talking stupid cheap. And I was like, oh, why go anywhere else?
You know, we got everything here.
Yes, but oh my god, that's the store I miss. But y'all don't mess with toys no more. So it is what difference does make now?
Yeah.
I
Which,
mean, maybe with the grandkids. But
you know,
yeah, so but yeah.
and I will say, with those few times when me and my brother would have all these different action figures or whatever and have them go on adventures, there are a few things that came from there where it's like, you know what? I'm keeping that. Or that's gonna show back up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was this one time, like we had like this bear. I think it was a bear. That had like a big old axe attached to him. And all I remember is that my brother would always have him go, chop, 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 chop. I don't know why, but it was the funniest thing to me. And honestly, I still use that to this day. Like, there's certain quotes that he made up or would reuse, and I'm like, that's hilarious. You know what? Honestly, that's another thing. Outside of the like, because I know last time we was talking about like movie quotes that we
Mm-hmm.
usually, what's like a just a made up family quote? Someone your family members just did, and you're like, that's hilarious, or that means a lot, so you just keep it. Because, man, there are so many different random quotes.
The
I
one
know
I
from y'all.
remember from when y'all was kids is Nana Nana Boo Boo, you smell like doo doo, you can't
Can't
catch
catch
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know where that came from.
me
But
neither.
y'all would just say that every time. And I would be like, okay, that was cute. There is one Build a Bear shop in, looks like in Michigan.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
it's in
crazy.
Troy. It's in the city of Troy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's the only one. But yeah, that's the only one I can think of from when y'all was kids. Y'all would say that one all the time. Oh, and then when your baby brother came along, he taught me the whole I love you so very much. Because I always would say I love you so much and I love you and stuff like that. He was the one who started the I love you so very much, mama. And I just be like, oh honey, I
You know,
love
it's more than
you
yeah,
too.
and that's why like with me, it's like I also expanded upon that because it's like I don't know, all the other ones seem very singular. So it's like I was like, well, love your bunches because bunches.
Oh yeah, that's definitely you. That's your phrase. Love you bunches, and yours. However,
Yeah,
and
which
then
my brother also, however, comma, which I took that
yes,
from him immediately. Like that's funny.
yes, y'all will be with the however and furthermore. And I just be like, whoo, keep that up.
Then
Keep
again,
going with that one.
yeah, and then one of my most one I'll be saying forever is understandable because things
Oh,
are indeed understandable.
it was
I get
one
it.
time you left and went to go hang out with your other family, one of
Hmm.
your other families, and then you came back and I said something to you, and you was like, okay. And I was like, don't you mean understandable? You was like, no. All right. Okay. I don't know what clone this is. I need my son back. Please and thank you. He was like, no, mom, it's me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah. And then 2 days later, they must have heard me on the spy cam because they was like, oh shoot, she knows. So I got my son back. Because I said something to him. He was like, oh yeah, that's understandable. I was like, you're back. Awesome. Yes. Y'all can't fool me. I know my babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so That'd be like if the oldest just jumped up and cut the grass and washed the dishes and started vacuuming. I'll be like, "Who's this?"
That's so mean, but so true.
So true. Like, and you gotta ride him like you got a saddle on his back, and otherwise ain't nothing gonna happen. So yeah. But yes.
I mean, yeah, I understand that definitely because I know I don't know if anyone else got this, but every single time, right, it never fails. Anytime I have a dream about like one of my family members, it's always something drastically different about them. Whether they're speaking when they should be, or they are acting weird, or something different, But for the most part, the one that stays the most consistent is whenever my mom pops up in any of my dreams because she's the exact opposite of what she'd be in real life every single time. And the way I'm talking about it's like because I know how nice and fun and cool my mom is, but whenever things need to be done or if I'm in any kind of trouble, she takes it serious. Like obviously, she's always there to help, always there to aid. So tell me why I'll have any crazy random stuff happening in my dream. Like there was one time some people was like aiming at me with BB guns from outside or whatever. Like there was a whole bunch of people trying to get me. And I'm telling my mom about it. She's like, is it possible we could talk about it? Huh? If you don't return fire, what is this?
Where does kumbaya shit
You know?
come from? Where's my real mama at?
Or when I came upstairs and I had the swollen face, and you was like, "Yeah, but where's the item I asked for? Do you not see your son is deformed? What is?" There's be so many random dreams where it's like, there's no way this is my mom. It should be doing things that make no sense. I think there was one time you threw Logan. Like, yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, I do stuff that I would never do in real life, in my dreams too. Like I left, I was somewhere in public and I just walked away and left my purse sitting like on a bench somewhere.
Mm.
And I just walked away and then was shocked when I came back and it was gone. And it was like,
Oh no, my purse.
right, like, I mean, what did you think? And then there was a time where, well, this is funny too because I had a dream about it. In my dream, I had a sick child
Hmm.
and we was getting in a cab and the cab driver told me it wasn't enough room for my other child. So I left your sister. She was like 4 years old and I just left her there. And I was like, it'll be okay. You can make it home. She even looked at me like, what? And I was like, it'll be okay. I promise you. And I just left her. But and that's so funny because in real life, when you were a baby and your brother was a toddler, and we were about to get in the ambulance, and they were like, you were sick, and they was like, oh, there's no room for him. And I was like, oh, well, then I guess one of y'all about to stay here, or y'all better lap up or something, because he's definitely going. I
Yeah,
was
he's a
like,
toddler. Like,
he was 4 years old. What did you think I was gonna do?
oh, bye, little bean.
Right, just
Little
saying.
child, about
Yeah.
that size,
And he
about the
was
size of my torso.
always, I would call him Littlefoot because he was always so small. He stayed small for the longest. I don't know why he was always so tiny. He was always smaller than his actual age. And then one year he just,
Sprung up.
phew, right. But I was like, it was funny too. And actually, that was like years later when I had that dream. Like, we wasn't even, because when that actual happened, we were in Inkster at that time.
Hmm.
And then when I had the dream, we were here. And she was way far from being 4 years old.
Well, of course, because I was like not even a baby. I'm
Yeah,
like in my teen years.
I think she was in college when maybe I missed her being little.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd miss her so much to the point you'd be like, so man, you got it.
I would never. If that's something I would,
Man.
cab driver tell me, oh, I got room for one kid and not, well, then I guess we not getting in this cab. Or he gonna get out.
Man,
Shoot.
you can ride on the top of your own cab. How about that?
Exactly. Like that. Well, I guess I'm gonna take this cab and I'll tell you where it's at. Give me your number. I'll text you where it's gonna be later. Like, oh, it's no way. It's a lot of stuff that I'll do in my dreams that when I wake up, I'll be like, who what the heck?
And I'll definitely say I most definitely don't like those dreams where it limits or inhibits your movement or anything. Like, well, you can't scream, you can't do nothing, you can barely move, or when you go to hit somebody, you like, man, don't it be those dreams in particular, and you know it's your brain making it up, so you have to sit there and wonder. So I'm having a disagreement with myself. I'm just trying to wake up angry. Is that the objective? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've in my dreams, the more upset I get, I'll be talking and crying, and then my nose gets so stopped up that I can't speak words anymore. Yeah, I'm what is it? Inaudible,
Yeah, inaudible.
yeah, you can't even understand what I'm
You go
saying.
from talking
Yeah, it'd be
to
and people be like, "What?"
what?
Yeah,
Which upsets you even more.
yeah. Now I'm screaming and I'm still yeah. And then my nose just every time it's because I'm crying and my nose gets so stopped up that now I can no longer say words.
That's
And it's like, oh, that'd be irritate me.
you wake up.
And then I used to have dreams that I could fly back when I was younger. But the only way I could fly was something had to happen where I would be scared. Then I would take off in fear and I would have to spin. I couldn't just like fly. I would be spinning constantly like a top. And that was the only way I could fly. And then, of course, I couldn't land properly or anything like that. I would crash into stuff and would go in the wrong directions and all
Because
that
you're spinning.
because I'm spinning. Yeah, so it was no way of getting it where I could center myself or have any type of sense of direction or anything. I would just be wildly going all over the place, and then I would always be like, um, either I would end up being naked or close to naked
That's weird.
when I land. I would start off with clothes, but the
You spin all
spinning,
your clothes
yeah, I would
off.
spin all my clothes off.
You do the opposite of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and I'd land, and I always land somewhere crowded.
Oh, of course, because why
Oh,
not? A
right,
maximum embarrassment. Why
right.
don't your teeth fall out too?
Yeah, it would just always be some type of humiliation that would end that, and I wake up like, oh God, thank you. Like, oh, and it just be, and when I say it'd be a lot of people, it would be like Eastern Market on a Saturday.
Black Friday, groups of people.
Yes, large amount of people, and they all be looking, and then and
Take
they,
photos.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I used to hate those, and I wake up like, thank God. Whew, you ever had one that was so bad that when you woke up, you was just grateful?
That it wasn't. That was the one with the my face swollen. And it whenever I have dreams wherever like somebody I love get hurt in the dream. Like I had one where for some reason the Fantastic Four was beating the crap out of my own brother. Like what? Why? Or one where like when we had all those cats, for some reason my dream thought, hmm,
Now wait a minute. Let's clarify because when you say all those cats, it make it sound like this was the crazy cat house.
no, because I mean I'm saying it casually. Now we had all of them. No, we had like what
We had
one
four
adult and then three
kittens.
kids.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had four cats at one time.
yeah,
That's when we first moved here. That didn't last
yeah. No, 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 no.
because
Because
when we had the one cat, and the cat was a hooker cat,
yeah, she was
and
a
she
E
was
for everyone.
yeah, she was free for all. So then she got pregnant, and then we had it was four kittens, one didn't make it. So then when we moved here, I told the kids, okay, this is a fresh start. I want y'all to clean up behind these cats, keep the kitty litter box clean, and all this. And of course, they, oh, we gonna do it, we gonna do it, we gonna do it. They didn't do it.
I didn't know any better.
And then I came in here one time because I was like, I came in one time, the kitty litter box was out of control. So the cats would poop on the other side because the kitty litter box was in the basement on one side. They would poop on the other side. Because one thing people don't know about cats, if their kitty litter box is nasty, they won't use it. They won't keep going in a nasty spot.
Mm-hmm.
So they went on the other side of the basement. I went down there, I cleaned everything up, I bleached everything down, I scrubbed the floors, everything. I was like, okay, y'all got a fresh start, fresh key litter box, all that. I expect y'all to keep this clean. And I went down there, and once again, the cats that started using on the other side. I was like, yep, that's it, time to go. I didn't even tell the kids nothing. I just took the cats and I got them somewhere else to stay. And that was it.
Yeah. Honestly, I was in the single digits at the time, so I knew nothing.
You wasn't in single digits.
Yeah.
No, you wasn't. No, when we got here. You couldn't have been in single digits when we got here because as shortly after we got here, your brother, your younger brother came up and y'all 10 years apart. So it's impossible.
Nah. We was here for a second before he showed up.
We got here in 08. I got the paperwork.
So we got here in 08.
Yes.
Meaning I was in the single digits. I was 8.
Okay. But nevertheless, though.
Yeah.
You wasn't that far. You make it sound like you was 2 or 3.
No. I know I wasn't. Because I was like 5, 6, 7 on the other house. 7 to 8 around the east side. And then 8, 9, 10 here.
Oh, God. The east side nightmare house.
Oh, boy. Ugh. But that's why I had the dream at. Who was on the east side.
It makes sense.
Yeah. And what had happened was, because that's where the little kittens were born too. At some point, my brain thought, hey, what would happen if, and I think I know why I thought this, because the mom, she was cool. You know, her name was Claw. Despite her name, she was actually pretty chill. And despite her reputation, she was, she was a little too friendly.
Yeah, no reputation. Terrible cat.
Yeah. Then she had a son that looked just like her. I named him Tiger because me not knowing much about animals, I was like, yeah, because he's not one, so that'd be cool. He has stripes like a tiger. You know, he's a cat. Duh. Like, all right. Anywho, outside of young me not being creative.
You was little.
I don't care. I'm giving him critiques. It's still me.
Lord have mercy.
I'm being harsh.
Too bad, so sad. I'm the mother of that little one. You gonna raise up off my little one. How about that?
And I was the little one.
It don't matter. You gonna cut him some slack.
You can't even color inside the lines.
You gonna cut him some slack. He's such a sweetie pie. Still is.
The macaroni art though was pretty good. But outside of that, and then she had 2 cats that were like pitch black.
One was jet black, and the other one was off black.
They both look pitch black to me.
No, Smokey was more charcoal, like, and that's why she got named Smokey because she looked more like smoke as opposed to just jet black.
No, I remember both being just straight black. The guy being named Shadow because he's black as all get.
Straight black.
And then his sister, who always followed him around like a shadow, she smelled like cigarettes. Yes.
Anyway, Smokey was not jet black. I can tell you, I know. You were young, so in your young mind.
So now.
you were young, so in your young mind, you were thinking, but trust me, I know, because you could tell the difference between them as soon as you looked at them.
I couldn't.
I could.
They're both aggressive.
No, one was definitely, it was Midnight and the other one was Smokey. And Smokey was because she wasn't as black. Midnight was Midnight.
Who's Midnight?
That was the other cat. What was the other cat? Shadow.
His name was Shadow.
Oh, my bad.
And then later on, I got another black cat and named her Shadow. And she was a lot kinder than that one because both Shadow and Smokey were just mean to me. And whichever one else.
To me. All them cats used to run for me. All of them.
Yeah, because if they try to scratch you, what? You fight back. And it's like Shadow enjoyed my eldest brother, Smokey enjoyed my sister, Claw enjoyed everybody, a little too much, and then Tiger was mine. He was my little cat. So at some point, my brain thought, hey, because the cats be aggressive and always be scratching at you, what if we mix together a cat and a porcupine? That's my brain thought. So one time while I'm in my dream, I'm playing on the little GameCube or whatever, having a nice time, and at some point we have vents, like a whole ventilation thing. Smokey comes up from the top and drops down on me with quills, and then Shadow just comes running and jumps at me with quills. Very upsetting time.
Wow.
Yep, this was what my dream thought of, and I did not like it.
So it was like Sonic type deal where they was spinning or they
No, they just jumped back. Like they spun, like they went back towards me.
turn their quills towards you to get you.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
And of course, Tiger didn't, because that one was my
She's a
friend.
sweetheart.
Yes, he was my little. And then, funny enough, the last little thing I do remember about Tiger, and I wanted to congratulate him on this, but you were there and I couldn't. So what had happened was, and you already know, it's always a fun time when someone says what had happened was. Uh, Back in the older times, my sister would always be picking on me for whatever reason. I guess she always wanted to have someone to fight with. Don't know why.
She's the house bully. She always had to be beefing with somebody. I don't know what that was about.
Well,
But
just
yeah.
wait. She did it with the eldest. Did it with the middle one.
No,
Well, she tried.
No, she never. She worshipped. That was her best friend in the house.
Because he always had dirt on her.
No. Okay, this is how it started. She worshipped the second oldest. That was her best friend in the whole house. And then she would butt heads with the oldest, and then she would pick on you. So then I guess her bossy boots, she got to the point where she was like, oh, well, I'm gonna bully everybody. And then she tried to bully second oldest brother, and he was like, oh, so we telling now? Oh, and he started letting loose her secrets, and she was just she was speechless. She couldn't even talk. And after that, he got her together. She never did ever boss up at him ever again. I don't recall any other time.
Yeah, but like with me, and I guess that always skips one because she ain't ever.
Oh, that was her baby.
Yeah, so was I. So what happened?
Well, you got replaced. When you were the baby, you was her baby. And then as soon as your baby brother was born, then there was another baby. So then
I don't know if it was a full-on replacement thing, because after I was being the baby for so long, for me being a kid till almost teenager, she would be picking on me for no reason. He wasn't even here, so it's like, what's the excuse?
Oh, well,
exactly. She was just a.
Like I said, she always had a son mess with somebody.
So
it is your turn, I guess.
That's so stupid. I played dolls with her and for what? Anyway. But with that being said, because me and Tiger got along so well, he was, my little cat. It was one time she was picking on me, making me upset. So Tiger saw this and was like, huh. Went over to her book bag, lift up his back leg, peed on her book bag.
He's looking.
Honestly, hey, that's a good cat.
He's looking out for us.
Like I was upset that he had to get kicked out. Like he did a good thing. And it was while she was like yelling at me or whatever, I was getting upset, and I just saw him out the corner of my eye, walk up. I was like, yeah, that's so funny.
You messing with my friend, Yeah, so but yeah.
So many wild stories and everything.
Yes.
Like the one time it was my sister's birthday, and then we all heard the fire alarm go off. Me, my sister, and my second oldest, we all run downstairs to see what's happening, and the eldest one set a newspaper on fire. That pyromaniac. It was funny too, because I don't even remember what the purpose was. All I know is it was her birthday. We run downstairs. We turn the corner. We see him stumping out a flaming newspaper going, happy birthday. What? That doesn't even make sense.
He was always just like.
Can I light something on fire too? Like.
Yeah, he just always light stuff on fire. no. You you just whoo.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
what a wild
I
job.
can't even say enough about that one. But in the anywho,
That'd be a whole podcast in of itself.
man, Lord have mercy. Yeah, he was. I nicknamed him Tasmanian Devil for a reason.
Oh,
He's
really?
always tearing up something.
I always called him Pyro from like X-Men and all that because he.
Well, he progressed. First, he was the little Tasmanian Devil, just tearing up stuff. Then he progressed and became Pyro later in years.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was always something with that one, but you couldn't never turn your back or close your eyes too deep. You always had to keep watch on that one.
Oh shoot, where'd he go? Oh god dang it.
Lord, yeah, he be gone too long,
Stop
quiet
trying to
too
set the
long.
cats on fire. I just want to see if
Yeah,
they'll turn to Ghost Rider.
yeah, you gotta start looking like, hey, where you go? Yeah, so,
Oh
yeah,
man.
but I mean, one day you never know. You might get that one that's gonna keep you on your toes. Cause you never know how it goes. You always have one where you just be like, why? Like, I don't understand, God. Why? This is my
Now,
test.
now with me, I don't know. I feel like I'd be able to, figure out something to, because I know every like real good parent always has that one wild child that just does a bunch of crazy stuff. You have to sit there and wonder where did that come from, especially if it's the same pair making all the kids, and it's like that ain't come from you, that ain't come from me. The rest of them are fine.
You need to start searching your family
You
line.
know,
Trust
like
me, it's
hold
in
on, let
there
me go on
somewhere.
ancestry.com
Yeah, you need to start
and there it
checking.
is.
Yep. Trust me, it's
Somebody in
somebody.
my family was a supervillain.
Yes. Trust me. You start looking, start searching. When them kids start acting crazy and acting up and acting out, search your family history because it's hidden in there somewhere. Especially if it ain't the parents, it's in there somewhere.
It'd be really wild if I ever went on ancestry.com, went to see my whole family tree, and somehow, some way, me and my lady friend was related. That would, and I'd cry on my pillow.
I mean, that's not completely impossibility because so much happens. You never know. You never know. Um.
You know who I really don't like?
Oh,
Genghis Khan. I don't like him.
well, that was random. Where
I
where
don't like
did
him.
where did Genghis? Ah, wait, we talk. How did Genghis Khan get into it? I
Because
thought
he
he
could
was.
he could be the reason why.
Okay.
That man was spreading his influence throughout a whole section of the planet. So it's like if I am somehow, some way related to a bunch of people, it's his fault. All right, I'm blaming him entirely. I
Oh
don't like him,
wow.
and he
Well,
was a terrible person.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of men in this day and age that's got a lot in common with that. Then if Genghis Khan was spreading his seed all over the world, yeah, I know a couple of dudes is doing that stuff too.
Papa was a rolling
Man,
stone. No,
a
no,
fast
no.
rolling one too.
You
But
know,
I remember, yeah, I'm
playing
one.
darts with people. And you, like dog. How dare?
Oh Lord have mercy. That is
Yes.
too funny. But yeah, you never know. I mean, people keep secrets. It's still I don't know why to this day, but it's still people out there have secret families. And they they don't be giving it no thoughts. I mean, it's easier for guys to have a secret family than women because it's after a while, they ain't no secret. It ain't easy for women to hide the fact that they are with child. It comes to a point where eventually that secret gonna come out. Literally, it's it's coming out. But guys can have secret babies all over the place. And then too, you do have some guys that have kids and don't even know it. You have some that honestly don't know that they have children.
Oh yeah, especially because of the banks.
Well, I mean that too, though. But I mean that that you got the possibility. No, I'm talking about you go out, you meet somebody, y'all hook up, and then she goes her way, you go your way, and then she has a secret, that last 10 months and don't tell nobody.
And
So,
then, yeah,
yeah.
you genuinely had no
Yeah, you
idea
genuinely don't know that you have children out
until
there.
one day. I wonder who that is. Hello? Hi there, mister. No. I'm not here to buy any, like, any scout cookies. I'm good. I already got a whole shelf. No. I'm here because, um, is this, Mr. Reginald? Yeah, why? I'm your son.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Like, you got those.
You be like, I'm inside. And then your wife and your kids peep around the corner like, what?
Huh?
All right.
No, hold on a second. Come on, outside, little boy. What you talking about? Who you for? Who you with? What is CIA?
Exactly.
Uh-uh.
It happens where guys have kids and don't know it. I mean, it does happen. So, for those, it is what it is. I
guess,
can't fault them or can't blame them for anything. But yeah, then the ones who know you out there doing some dirt
Well,
and making other families and all that stuff, shame on you.
Order. Now we can judge.
And then don't tell nobody, and then they'll die with the secret, and then it comes out usually during the funeral. That's
just who's that person who popped up? I don't know. Maybe a friend. Hey, did you know my dad wrong? Yeah, your dad.
Exactly.
It's mine.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I swear. Now those are the ones. Shame on you.
A few more people that you didn't know would show up at the family gathering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those be the ones I just be like, oh, they terrible. But I mean, stuff like that happens all the time. So
it's a whole new thing to like. I will say, it be those secret families that make those oopsie daisies that happen. Like when two people will get together and they be like, "Some, oh, you know what?
I heard them stories too.
Just to be safe, we'll both, see what we got." And the doctor be like, "Some, well, I have good news and pretty wacky news. Good news is you're both healthy. I don't have anything. Well, that's good. See, sweetie, yeah." I should probably stop doing that. Wacky news. You're both cousins.
Shoot, screw cousins. It'd be some sisters.
Like y'all are both siblings.
Oh, yeah, I done seen plenty of stories like that. Like, oh my God. I would be so, because my pops got around. I mean, it's 10 of us that I know about. It's some more.
Oh
God, no. Yeah, it's more out there, I do believe. Because I remember being a kid and he would come pick me up and we would go visit all these women. And I would be wondering, like, why are we? And then when I got older, it clued in that those was his girlfriends. And he was a married man with kids at the house. And it's like, what man is married with kids? Why would you have a 2-seater Mercedes? What was the reason for that? When you got kids and a wife. Like, come on now, stop it. And he'd be like, oh, it was for business. No, yeah. It was for business, all right. Right. Yes, but he
gotta make sure I have hydraulics too.
No, that was before. That was way before. But yeah, and we would be, and I didn't understand because I was a young girl at the time, and I didn't get it. But when I got older, I was like, you dirty dog. Like, yeah. So when people, I'm sure there are some more relatives, some more siblings out there, and then anybody that has the last name of my former, I'd be nervous when I run into them. Maybe I ask them what their name is. And if they give me their last name is my former name before I got married, I'd be like, yeah, I don't, The people that even look like my other siblings, similar. Yeah, I still be like, I be like, what's your daddy name? And then they tell me, I be like, no, not him.
What's your real?
Yeah, not the one you think is your daddy. Go ask your mama who's your real daddy, because I think my daddy was barking up your family tree. Yeah.
Like a few acorns.
Yeah, like I think we might be a little related there, buddy. Yeah. So.
Which, on one hand, for me, that is a terrifying but interesting thing all at the same time. Like, terrifying because it's like dating is now just that's a man. That's why I'm glad me and my lady are like very different. So that way, I mean, it could, but it's a much greater,
If y'all related, that would be something for the books.
like
Especially
how
because y'all are polar opposites. And
complete.
literally complete polar opposites.
I'm in Africa, she's in the North Pole. Like
Yeah, y'all are complete opposites. So it's like if it came down that y'all was related, I would definitely want to see that paperwork. It would be like,
in all honesty, I feel like if I ever do hear that from a doctor, like, oh yeah, you guys are like six cousins, I'ma just
well, it's too late now.
I can't do nothing.
I know it was some people they found out that they were related. They were cousins. And they found out after they had been married for 25 years and had 2 kids. And it's like, it's too late now. It's
I
too
guess
late
that's my
now.
husband.
Right. Like it's too late now. Like, that's some stuff you need to know
Before
when y'all was like first dating and something like that. Before the first kid dropped, even then you could probably still
like
yeah, but
see you later,
25 years
cuz.
and 2 kids.
Yeah, no.
Yep, you just gonna have okay. Thanks for telling us. Let's go, honey.
You know,
Yeah.
because I swear, if that is the case, I'm gonna just. So how you want to do this? Do you want us to split off now, or should we start downloading Alabama songs? Like,
I mean, if I find out I've been married for 25 years, we got 2 kids, and somebody be
at
like,
that point, yeah, it's
y'all related. Yeah, okay.
well, I mean,
Thanks.
yeah, of course we are now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, nope. I don't even want to hear it.
Stupid. Like, yeah, we're married. Now we're related. Duh.
Exactly.
We're part of the same family. No, I mean like blood relative. Man, shut up.
Right. I don't even want to hear it at this point.
Get out of here.
Yep. If I didn't know way before then, I don't care to know.
Which that's the same thing I say when it comes to people when they're like, oh, one of my friends was like, would you ever date a transgender female? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't know, probably. Like if I didn't like, okay, he was like, what would you do like if you was dating a chick and like she was like, oh, I was really born a male, and I was like, well, depends on how long I was dating the lady. Like if it's like our first few weeks and then she tells me, I'm gonna be like, well, now that's up for me to decide, But
I think,
in all honesty, it's like at that point, I mean, we're already together, so it's like
I don't think that should be a surprise. Only because it can be dangerous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and you never know how the person will react.
So
yeah, especially if they feel like you pulled something over their eyes or they were tricked or whatever. Because people they can become unhinged with the quickness. And even people that you love, and you just be shocked at how fast things can go from nothing to
something
like super fast.
But the way I feel about it, it's like I would react to it personally, like the same way as like, let's say my lady friend was to tell me, oh, I was once like a spy or something. Wow, that's crazy. So anywho, what do you want for breakfast? Like, and especially if I already dated the person, we already have a full-on relationship, got kids together, and I was born of a guy. Wow. I started off for 2 seconds. I was born, and the doctor said I was a chick for 2 seconds. So I don't know. Hey.
Well, the only thing that I would have a problem with is the lack of honesty. Because
it's like
withholding something is the same as being dishonest. And to me, I feel like in any relationship that I enter into, don't decide for me what I'm okay with. Give me the full story and let me say, okay, yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, and then that right there shows respect for me, and it shows respect for yourself as well.
Yeah.
And then, then we could go from there. But no, you keeping secrets and all this other stuff. And then later on,
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
My name was actually Therese. What? Jerry? Oh, yeah, shut up. Yeah. What?
Now you revealing stuff later. That makes me feel like you were trying to trick me or deceive me or anything like that. And I don't want to hear, oh, I was scared. No, I don't want to hear that. That right there, I feel is like the biggest disrespect because you decided for me what the situation was going to be. You didn't respect me as an adult. You didn't respect me as a human. You didn't respect me as an individual.
Mm,
And yeah, I could not. I could not deal with that. Just on that alone. I mean, regardless of because I'm cool with everybody,
mm.
but
And
definitely,
it's the coolness that
yeah,
allows you to
that's
have that,
yeah,
and I mean, I feel like it's the same way where you could just be like hey man, would you like some chocolate? Oh sure man, I love chocolate. You take a bite. What's in this? Almonds. You know I'm allergic to almonds. Like, why would you hide?
right. Don't yeah, don't hide anything from me. I hate that. And that's why I be telling like in the same situation when I have married guys approach me and they won't say that they're married and they want to start something and then eventually it comes out that they are married and I'll be like, well, why didn't you tell me that before? Oh, because you was gonna dump me. Okay, well, you still getting dumped.
Like,
Yeah, but
but
now,
now I just hate you.
well, I wouldn't say hate because I don't try to put that much energy towards a person to give that much of myself to another person.
Yeah.
But no, I would definitely be like, it's the disrespect where you decided for me what situation I was going to be in.
Mm.
And you don't give me the full disclosure. And it's like so much can happen. What if we out? I'm thinking you single and we out. And women traditionally jump on the other woman. They don't go after the man.
Mm.
So what if
And you
we
got this
out?
random chick.
Yeah, she right trying to
They try to
attack
fight
me,
you. Like,
and I'm trying to
whoa.
understand what's going. I'm confused. Like, hey, what's happening here? You know. And
Mm.
then he just standing by looking all sheepish, like I don't know
Well,
what happened. Yeah, like what? Explain. Yeah, so I don't. You putting me in danger. You showing the disrespect. I can't get with something like that.
yeah, which is why I can definitely understand why people feel like betrayed or whatever. Because it's like, if you're not honest, then what are you? And uh, all honesty, I do feel like, yeah, even though it is a terrifying time, I feel like it should be you should be allowed to. Well, not even lie. I feel like you should know who you're dealing with, like on day one. That's why I'm like, first impressions is really important to me because I can tell what kind of person I'm dealing with when I first meet them. Whether if they play around too much or if they make weird jokes, or they're just weird in general. Not my weird, just weird, weird.
Not so weird.
Like I can
Well,
kind of tell who I'm dealing with prior to anything past that. It's always those first few, like that first 1 minute, 60 seconds is all it takes for me to just go, I'd like to do this again, or cool, nice to meet you, and I'm out. And I will say, I know how people will be like, oh, you can't say hate. Hate's a strong word. Love's a strong word too. Every word's a strong word, depending on
no,
how much power you give it.
no, I hate, and I'm gonna say hate. I
Mm-hmm.
hate when people say that because hate is a strong word. You didn't blink an eye when I said I hated milk. You didn't give a freak at all when I said I hate when it rains. You don't care about that. But as
But,
soon as I say, oh, I hate another person, oh, it's such a terrible word. No, it's a word.
you
That's
know,
all. It describes just like all the rest of them do.
mm-hmm.
Just like love, just like hate is a descriptive word. Hot is a descriptive word.
Cold.
Cold, all that. They are descriptive words. None of them have any power more than the other one
Yep.
at all.
And
So it just describes how I'm feeling. And if I say I hate something, oh, don't say that. Yes, I'm saying that because you know what?
I'd really, like,
I'm an
just
adult.
beyond, I really don't like it.
How about I'm an adult and I
Mm-hmm.
signed up for the adult premium package, which allows me to do whatever the heck I want. How about that one?
Yep.
So yeah, don't give me that. Oh, don't say that. Get out of here with that.
Which in all honesty, a word will only have as much power as you give it.
Exactly.
Hence why with me, I hear somebody say the N word, I'm like, well, okay. But other people, what you just, whoa, be flipping out.
It to me, I I try to stay above. all of it.
Mhm.
When people say certain stuff to me, and I try to take, I try to just, instead of letting a person give them the power to get under my skin, I just dissect the person as they're talking.
Mhm.
And as they're going, I started thinking of them as being like a 2 year old toddler. And then
Mhm.
how upset would I get if a toddler would be saying something to me?
You know.
Even the disrespectful stuff. And so instead of me hearing them, oh, you did that, I just hear it, yeah, you just a doopy head. And I just be
Uh-huh.
like, huh.
All right, little Timmy.
Okay, right. Like, okay, little
Mhm.
one. All right.
You have a fun time on the play.
Exactly. And
But yeah.
then I'm telling you that right there, when I say, if you imagine the person as being a toddler and talking to you, your whole you just be listening looking at them like
You know, you might just laugh.
I do. I
Yeah.
end up laughing at them. So, and then that infuriates them even
Oh my
more.
God, yeah.
Then they want to come after me even more. And I just be like, it's not working.
Nah.
As long as people keep their hands to themselves,
You know,
keep talking. Go ahead. Yeah.
because with me, I'm all about like self defense and everything. I'll never, start the confrontation, but I will finish it. And there do be times where even there was one time I was on the bus, right? Teenager, heading home with my little brother, and this little kid keeps wiping his shoe on my leg. He got like the ruffles in his shoe and everything. It hurts. So I look at him. I give him that look like, stop it, right? He does it a second time. I take off my headphones. I'm looking at him like, don't do it again. He does that third time, and I'm like, little boy, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You do that one more time, I promise you, I will make your nose bleed. I didn't even describe how I was gonna do it. I was just like, don't do it again. He didn't do it again. And the next time he saw me, hi, buddy, don't talk to me. Okay. This is like, dog, don't. And on top of that, uh, anyone who, oh my God, that's terrible. You, not only would I have just, but the second I would have, that's your parent? Because it's you caused that. You made this. So you're both gonna get beat up. So yeah, that's man.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm just like, whatever.
You know,
I just, I'm not. Just don't.
words alone just
Yeah, just
can't.
don't touch me. That's all I say. Just keep
Don't
your. If I'm keeping my hands to myself,
then keep
then
your
you keep
hands to
your hands to
yours.
yourself. That's it. And anything that I can put mine in front of,
Just don't
leave it
touch it.
alone. Right? Just leave it
My
alone.
food, my people, my system, my lamp, my phone, my YouTube channel. Just don't touch it. So and then that'd be the funniest thing. Whenever people be like, "Something, hey Devin, can I see your phone?" What you mean my phone? This is my phone. They call it an iPhone for a reason. An iPhone, not a Wii phone. Get away from my phone.
Did you
So
make that up?
yeah,
Oh my god, that is priceless.
yeah, that I love doing that one. But I will say, because I know a lot of people will say like, whenever you hate something, you put a lot of energy into it. That's fair. But for me, I think of love and hate as like the opposites. Because I mean, that's kind of how they are. If you hate a certain food, you're not gonna just man Brussels sprouts. I'm so angry. No, you
Exactly.
don't think about it. It no longer exists in your life,
Right. You try it, you decide you don't like it.
and
You can
that's it.
even say I hate it, and then you just move on. You
Mm.
never ever ever get it again.
And then on top of that, even when you see it, you don't see it. It's just you'll look through it if anything.
Yeah.
Like like I can't stand ranch. I don't like the dressing. I like the seasoning. Don't like the dressing. I know. Wow. And sometimes I'll be like, oh shoot, push the ranch out the way. They got cookies, So that's how I am when it comes to people. If I ever give someone the hate label, well, that's just it. You don't exist anymore. You're
That's
just,
the same thing I do. You
I
no
don't,
longer exist.
because all my energy goes towards people I love.
Exactly.
I'm open arms, high pitch, all that, and I will push past anyone that's in my way to get to that person.
Yeah.
That's how it was with school too. Like I didn't hate my peers. It's just I loved my friends way more than anyone else at school. So I did not notice there was a lot of people at that school. Like even that story I told about that one kid who hit me, when I bumped into him, I didn't even know. I just walking and then what the and then like the clouds parted together to form this individual. I'm like, who are you? Where did you come from?
Mhm.
Because I swear I don't see people. I only saw my friends. I tunnel vision my friends and go towards them because it's like you are an excellent source of serotonin. Everyone else, background characters. I'm a main character. What do I need to talk to background character number 47 for? My name's Jeff. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's how it be though. You
Yeah.
you don't see others. You just only focus on, and that's the same thing when I don't like somebody. They no longer exist. I no longer
It's
see
just
them.
like,
They just like a glass plate window. I see right through you.
you know,
Don't, yep. Don't acknowledge them. I don't speak to them. I walk right past them. Don't look their
walk right
way.
through them, see through them,
Right,
all that.
just
Because
all that.
and I will say we are kind of reaching our moment to wrap up. But before we do, I do want to say this one thing outside of me looking past people and everything. Wait, just had it. No, please don't tell me I'm forgetting the last thing I wanted to say. No! I was just thinking of it. No, it can come back. It can.
On the next episode.
No. I can think of it. Yeah, it's gone. All right. Well, oh well. Well, this has been episode 10 of
Box of Topics. Woo!
Because you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I had it. And now my brain is just like, whenever you thinking of something, it's gone, and now your brain just feels empty. Just fog.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
It'll come back at 3 a.m. We'll be back then.
Just real quick. I just start the live stream while I'm in bed. Real quick, I just thought of it. Oh man. But all right, till next time.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Leave your
Sharing
questions,
is caring.
comments, and concerns, and yeah, we do care a lot.
Yes.
Leave any odd stories that you feel like, you want to leave. Anything you feel like having us talk about. I swear I can't.
Good night.
No!